Hi, my name is Gemma and I run a calligraphy business, and this is part 2 of things that I learned during my year since launching. Number 7 is that community is a game changer. Community has not only improved my business, but it's generally changed my life in some respects. So community is great for several reasons. They give you ideas, they celebrate wins with you, they are a shoulder to cry on when things seem to be going wrong, and they pick you back up. And yeah, it's just someone that understands what your business life looks like, because when you are a calligrapher, speaking to people in 9-to-5 jobs, sometimes there's a disconnect between what it looks like to be a creative business owner and what a normal 9-to-5 job looks like. So I think community is just amazing, and I've made some genuine friends around the world. To make friends in the creative community, you do need to put some work in. So if they're based locally, why not invite them to a cuppa or whatever that is. I think inviting them to a cuppa might be quite a British thing. Or if they are based online, say on Instagram, engage with their posts, drop them relevant DMs if you have enjoyed something they've shared, maybe on stories, and kind of build that relationship up. And definitely, yes, see if you feel comfortable arranging a virtual meeting. So someone I arranged a virtual meeting with it went really well, and we now meet on a weekly basis, and it's just a really nice experience. Courses are also a great way to do this. So I took part in Dina Calligraphy's Calligraphy Business Accelerator. So we were part of a group of 9 calligraphers. So it was 9 calligraphers around the world that were in a kind of similar position to me. They wanted to grow their calligraphy business. So have a look at other communities and see if there's a way for you to build a friendship up in that way. Making friends in the community also changed my mindset in a big way. I definitely adopted this community over competition mindset, which is not only a healthier and happier mindset, but also meant that my business could grow because it really helped with niching down and feeling comfortable letting go of work. So there's lots of benefits to making friends in the creative community, and this is something I recommend any calligrapher work on. And I guess this is just a time to shout out those that have supported me in my business. You know who you are. I generally appreciate you so much. Thank you. Number 8 is that I can do this. Now, running a calligraphy business has been something that I had been dreaming of for years, but November last year, I really decided to commit to it. I pulled my socks up, I built a website, I built a community, and I built a clearer offering, and it's definitely helped me to grow my calligraphy business. What I've learned though is that success doesn't happen overnight. That would be really nice if it did, but it doesn't work that way, and growth actually kind of creeps up on you. I realized looking at my finances that my business was growing, and it wasn't like a steep curve, but it was just like a little jump each month. And it was really rewarding to see not only the financial growth each month, but reflecting back on wins and seeing how I've really pushed myself out of my comfort zone. And yeah, it's been great, and I'm excited for another year in business. Something I would highly recommend is keeping track of your wins. So I did actually do a video where I wrote down wins from when I first started calligraphy to where I am now. And it really helps you realize how far you've grown personally and in business. So I would highly recommend doing that yourself. And yeah, celebrate the wins a bit more. Number 9 is to batch your work. Now, something that cleared up a lot of mental space for me is batching my work. So I will batch social media together. So I'll create calligraphy for my social media posts, take all the pictures and schedule them. And it might take me a morning, but then it's done for the month. Similarly is YouTube videos. So I'll batch them together for the month and then schedule them so that they could be released on a weekly basis. And it just clears up so much time. You would be surprised how much time it takes to post a single social media post, but scheduling it in advance makes it so much smoother. There are other ways you can think about making life easier. So using scheduling tools and having a think about hashtags and having hashtags readily available so that you can copy and paste definitely makes things smoother. I also think it's important to think about your medium. So where do you want to be on social media? Is it Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest? Like there's a whole variety of places you can be, but you can't be everywhere at once. So decide on your medium and stick to it. And don't feel compelled to necessarily follow the current trend, TikTok, because you need to find what works for you and are you going to be able to do it consistently. So if you find that an Instagram post works for you, or if you like engaging people in Facebook groups works for you, definitely have a play about and go with your gut. Number 10, make things work for you, not the other way around. So I've been posting to my YouTube video for around 2.5 years now, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to create videos. I was spending hours and hours working on them, probably a whole business day. I would generally spend that much time creating a YouTube video each week. And then they would end up with like 20, 30 views. It definitely made me realize once I started doing calligraphy full time that was not a valuable use of my time. But I didn't want to give up YouTube completely. I still wanted to continue, but I needed to find a way to make it easier. So for me, I have taken a different format. So I prefer these style of videos where I talk to the camera rather than recording lots of B-roll and making things look fancier. And it just feels more organic recording in this way. So yeah, if something isn't working for you, feel free to change it. Number 11, clients can come from a range of places. So I was running a workshop and I asked the attendees where they heard about me and my workshops, and they all said something different. And at first this was frustrating because I wanted them all to say the same place so that I could focus my energy into one area. But on the flip side, it made me realize that all these things that I was trying were working. So it may feel like something isn't getting you anywhere, but you would be surprised that it will come back to you a lot of the time. This also meant that I wasn't putting all of my eggs into one basket. I mean, the recent kind of Facebook, Instagram, like not downfall, but it went out for a day or so, makes you realize kind of how much we rely on these platforms, and actually having other methods such as email are really helpful. Also, as I launched my course, I had some repeat customers, which was really, really nice. And thank you if you're one of those people. So these customers had either found a workbook or a workshop, and then they'd ended up joining my course. So these marketing revenues for advertising my other products, they actually fed into a larger offering down the line. So don't dismiss them. Number 12, must do, should do, could do. So must, should, and could are all different things. But when you are a business owner, it's easy to feel like you need to do everything, otherwise you're doing something wrong. But actually, it's important to have a real think. Is this task something that you need to do in a certain time frame? Is it something you should do that will benefit your business long term? Or is it something you could do but isn't really aligned with your business goals right now? So before, I found that my whole to-do list felt like a must-do list or should-do list, when actually, when I critically analysed what was on my list, I realised a whole bunch of stuff could go on the could-do list. It wasn't actually a necessity, and this really kind of cleared up my brain. And now whenever I add a task to the list, I consider, is this something I actually need to do or should do in the short term? It also helps me consider whether the tasks I'm doing align with my business goals. Okay, so those are my learnings, and I want to say a thank you to everyone that has supported me over the last year, whether it is, you know, attending a workshop or just giving me a shout out on social media. These things all add up, and they've meant that I can do this full time, and I'm really, really grateful to you. If you'd like to learn more about calligraphy business, definitely consider subscribing, as I'll be posting more content like this in the future. And thank you for watching.